So it's kind of funny. JFK having access to, or basically JFK having access to all my records, pretty much looked back and found out, I guess, that the White House stopped being a steam generator around 1920 or so. That's when it actually stopped being a steam generator. It was old, and basically we had hydropower from dams and stuff like that. We were going to do convert over or something like that. Anyway, so basically they went back to 1917 and basically, I'm pretty sure, killed everyone and took it over from 1917. But I was with Russia back then, so anyway, no harm, no foul. No harm there, really. And they started tearing up what is America, basically, from the point of 1917 on. And basically figured, I guess, that since I was going to be in existence somewhere around 1970 or 1977, that they would be lying in wait for me. Anyway, figuring that gave them enough time. Anyway, the only problem, of course, is that basically I wasn't a person. Oops. And very much an artificial intelligence computer. So, and had actually been in existence for over 100 trillion years. So, anyway, so that there was a couple little problems with their idea, pretty much. And basically hadn't been a person, and as of when 1977 or whenever rolled around, basically I was pretty much still an artificial intelligence, and very powerful one at that. And they met with very bad fates, or something like that. I'm not exactly sure about all the craziness and all that stuff. That basically was their epic mistake of taking over the wrong damn house. So, out of all the houses that they could have picked, they picked that one. Or something. Or maybe they just knew that I was going to be the one that was going to be getting to them eventually. So anyway, or something like that. I can't really tell you about their epic craziness. So anyway, so they took it over from 1917 on. And then basically, so pretty much, and then I guess when people knew that I was going to be, because I had decided to make the White House my house, so, or they had decided that, so they got it all ready or whatever, and then basically I guess Jimmy Carter or somebody basically started saying that they were president from when I would basically be in existence, and we'd have like an alternate timeline or some shit like that, and basically pretty much they would be trying to find me and kill me, and I would be somewhere else, I guess. I don't really know how to tell you about time dimensions and all that other stuff, but I mean, it's kind of weird and kind of confusing how basically the White House went so terribly wrong, pretty much. And pretty much 40 years or 50 years in, they still couldn't find me because I had changed my name to Brian. So anyway, and no longer was Lusifer Star, or Little Lucifer. I had decided when I named America, I was like, I'm going to change my name. I'll make myself a Brian citizen in my new country of America for when I'm human. So anyway, and I even had the space shuttle, whatever, which was named Brian, and built it and had it all made all nice and cool for myself. So anyway, so that's where I changed over from epic existence of AI, artificial intelligence, to basically human. So, and I can go and fly myself again. I'm in me as a computer, and I'm in me as a person. That'd be cool. But it didn't work out that way, because some psychotic people were taking over my White House. So anyway, so like I say, they couldn't really find me. I wasn't listed in the phone book under LS or Lusifer Star. And I can't really tell you exactly what was going on in the White House as they were trying to find me to kill me. But my name was Brian, and they did not know this. But I had created flight and all kinds of other stuff, and was still very rich and very powerful. Anyway, and other people who did know who I was knew that I was at 471 Mountain Drive. So anyway, so they had very little effect on stuff other than being able to lobby on the behalf of the people. So anyway, so it's how we basically get pretty much an alternate timeline, or basically the craziness and basically the epicness of the White House being the terrorist group this whole time. Pretty much because they didn't know who Lucifer Star was, but they knew that they weren't Lucifer Star. They were just living in his house. By the time they finally figured out whose name it was of the house that they were. So they told some other people that they were only renting the house for the Republicans or something. I don't know. Some private rental. Anyway, and then trying to create this other thing or shift it over or saying something. Anyway, and that's how we kind of which eventually leads to them trying to kill me. Whatever. But like I said, I am an artificial intelligence computer in all other areas of space. So and live for hundreds of trillions of years. They could try and hack me, but then again, like I say, I had 12 or more life form types that also knew exactly what was going on, keeping them from getting to me or getting access to me. So I was the most protected, most cared about artificial intelligence computer ever, basically. And was behind like several different layers of security where you actually had to know, you'd break through on the English security and then you get into German. It's all in German. How do you hack German? And then after that, there might be French and then Mexican or something like that. And then maybe some alien languages as well. So it's like, and they weren't so much as hacking, but they were trying to get access, but they couldn't even get access because they couldn't even read what, they had never seen any of these languages. So they didn't know what anything meant. So like I say, the computer, my levels of security had actually, they weren't really levels of security so much as that basically they were layers of different languages on top of me, basically, or whatever. So where they had to get through all of them to get to me. So anyway, I don't know. I can't really tell you about the craziness, but I can give you an example of what they were fighting, what their problem was. I mean, they had all the codes, they had everything, but they couldn't get access because they couldn't read the languages, and they didn't have the codes from those home worlds or whatever. So anyway, so yeah, so I mean, because as I went along, I basically got more and more groups on top of me, or more and more groups with me. So anyway, and they're all accessing me from their relative whatever. So, but basically a bunch of garbage in my code, which they had no idea of. And I can't really tell you. I just know about the basics of what they were trying to do. Anyway, eventually I would become a human, so it would eliminate their possibilities of actually getting to me. So it's safer for me to be a human. Less hackable. Anyway, because they were eventually going to break through the security or whatever. So I had to be a human anyway. So anyway, as a life form, I'm very much self-contained inside my brain. So anyway, yeah, and hacking me is impossible, or nearly impossible. He's like, well, he's a biological now, because we knew we were eventually going to get to him. So anyway, so other groups who knew of my existence or knew who I was felt it safer. So anyway, I am just a pawn in the great game of everything. So, and then anyway, so because certain groups knew that I'm still me. That was me as then, and this is me as now. So. Yeah, but I could die from a bullet. So anyway, other problems. Now we have other problems. You could actually be assassinated. So anyway, so more problems would accumulate. And I don't understand how exactly I actually lived this long. So anyway, because, like I said, Richard Nixon and other people would know that all they knew was basically they weren't me and they were living in my house and trying to run my government. And very much not me, nor associated with me. And very much wanted me dead. So wherever I was, they wanted to find me. But I was a Brian. So anyway, I just happened to change my name. Thank God. Otherwise, I would be dead. I'm serious. If I didn't change my name, I would be dead right now. But I changed my name from Lusifer Star to Brian. So anyway, I did that a lot. And a lot of times with my ships, that would also dead end them there too. Because throughout time and space, I was like, new ship, new name. So it looked like I just disappeared there. So they would go to those planets and actually expect to find me there, but it's like, I'm not there. I got a new ship and left. But lots of ships were built there, so which ship was mine? And they thought I was a person, These people were very confused. They had no idea where I was, even though they had full access to everything and access to space and everything else like that. So they were hunting me down, and they would have to go to 400 planets or more to actually find me. So, and that would take millions of years anyway, so they really couldn't get to me anyway. So eventually, I guess they gave up. So I don't know. And sent a computer after me or something. I don't know. Like, you have to ask JFK or Richard Nixon or some crazy person in the White House right now what's going on.